Wegmans is just our latest deal. So yeah, we're in like all Walmarts, Costco's, Rite Aids. I could go on and on. You just open up your app, there's a find a pharmacy feature, and it'll pull them up in your area that you're currently located in.
Patient name, John J. Smith. Medication, amoxicillin 250 milligrams capsule. Instructions, take 1 capsule 3 times daily.
EnvisionAmerica.com. And our phone number is 1-800-890-1180.
Welcome to Blind Abilities. I'm Jeff Thompson. Today in the studio, returning to this studio, I should say, is Director of Marketing of Envision America, Jenna Reed. Jenna, welcome to Blind Abilities.
Thanks so much for having me on. I really appreciate it, Jeff.
Well, Jenna, when I heard the news about the pilot program from Wegmans in New York, it just makes great sense to help share the news about how ScripTalk, Envision America, has been spreading across America. And your latest expansion, New York.
Yeah, no, we're really, really excited about it. They're launching a pilot of ScripTalk, talking prescription labels, in 5 of their locations right now.
But you're in thousands of locations across the United States.
Yes. Wegmans is just our latest deal. So yeah, we're in like all Walmarts, Costco's, Rite Aids. I could go on and on, most of the major mail orders.
There were 2 other major ones that came on since we last talked.
Yeah, no, we're real excited. We're now in Sobeys and all of their partners. I think it's more than 400 retail locations across Canada. And the cool thing about this partnership is as soon as somebody asks for it at the pharmacy counter, they will get set up with it. So you can get it right over the pharmacy counter up there. So that's a nice deal. And then the other one is Hy-Vee. We're very excited to be partnering with Hy-Vee. And that one's a little unique because in addition to the ScripTalk talking prescription labels, which I know probably a lot of your listeners know and love, they're also doing translation. So if you know someone who speaks a different language, there's up to 25 different languages available now. So we can do that as well.
I was just on EnvisionAmerica.com and I was looking at ScripTalk and I saw all those languages and I went, wow, your website has grown.
Yeah, that's been one of our big initiatives lately is we're really honing down into that area and we're expanding out because, goodness, what is it? I think 20% of the U.S. population is speaking another language in their homes. And just like if you're visually impaired or print impaired, again, you know, when you have those prescriptions in front of you and you can't understand what they're saying or they're giving you a separate leaflet and you're expected, you know, in large print or another language and you're expected to be able to match that up and you're on multiple prescriptions. Leaflets go one way, prescriptions go the other, and it can get really confusing.
And there's nothing more important than getting the right prescription or the right pill to make sure that you're taking the right one. I've had pills that I got to take, 2 different ones. They switched one up right after I got an order. So I had 2 full ones and they were the same bottle, same size and everything. And it can get complicated if you don't manage it very well. And ScripTalk seems like a perfect way so you can get all the information that would be on the label.
Yeah, no, sometimes they'll swap out generics. One pill will feel one way, you know, you're used to this, and then all of a sudden they're switching it out on you and like, wait a minute, this feels like something else I'm taking, and it can get confusing. So yeah, we strive to make sure that safety net is in place for independence and safety.
Jenna, when I heard about the 5-city pilot in New York, I looked up Wegmans and found out that they have over 100 stores out east.
It's a regional supermarket chain with 110 stores, 48 in New York, 18 in Pennsylvania, 9 in New Jersey, 15 in Virginia, and it looks like 8 in Maryland.
Oh, wow.
And 1 in Delaware, and 1 in Washington, D.C., and 4 in North Carolina, and 6 in Massachusetts.
Now, Jenna, how do you reach out to those cities where they're doing the pilots? Do you go through chapters of organizations? Do you go by word of mouth? Do you come on the Blind Abilities and get the word out, bring awareness to ScripTalk and all the developments?
Exactly. I mean, we work largely on word of mouth. So whatever we can get the news out. So yeah, we rely on folks like you, Jeff, to help us spread the word. Folks in the audience, maybe your friends haven't heard about it yet. It's such a wonderful service. And again, it's free. There's no cost at all for this. So it does make sense if someone you know can benefit from it, getting that news in front of them and sharing that information is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, I was thinking New York, and I usually just think of New York City, but I saw ones in Buffalo as well.
Yeah, we're in Fayetteville, New York, Rochester, New York, which is, I think, where Wakeman's is headquartered, Buffalo as well, Depew, and Jamestown.
Awesome. What's the process if you are interested in having ScripTalk, using the service? What's the process for someone if they want their pharmacy to get involved?
Well, it's really easy. What I can tell you is if you've talked to your pharmacist, that's where you start. It's possible that they offer it and perhaps they just haven't mentioned it to you, or educate them on it. Now, if they're not offering it and you would like them to, you can tell them about it. And I would encourage you to give us a call. We have a wonderful customer care team or patient care team that works the phones from like 8 to 5 every business day. And our phone number is 1-800-890 1180, and just share which pharmacy are you interested in, what you know. Do you have friends in that same area that could benefit from the labels as well? And then our team reaches out and we will talk with them. It's a very low cost service for them. We want to make it as cost effective as possible. You know, safety is our mission here. So we want them to come on board. We'll do everything in our power to try to convince them to come on board and offer this for you. Now, we can't make guarantees or promises. I wish we could, but what I can also say, if for some reason they don't, I know a lot of people really love their pharmacies and love their pharmacists. But if you're open to switching to a different pharmacy, chances are very, very good we can find one in your area that already offers it, or we can get set up to offer it. So what I would encourage is we have a pharmacy lookup on our homepage at envisionamerica.com. And you can scroll down to that bottom of the homepage and you can enable it to recognize your zip code, and it'll pull up within like 5, 10, 15, 20 miles of you, all the locations that are offering ScripTalk.
And what's really neat, I noticed with pharmacies, they can deliver it to you as well. But the main thing is that when you're in your home, that you can identify your pills. And that's where it comes in handy, because I see you can either use a base station or, easy enough, using an iOS or an Android app, ScripTalk Mobile.
And those are all free. So again, we want to make it as easy as possible. So the apps are free to download. You just plug in ScripTalk mobile app into either the App Store or Google Play, and it'll pull it up from you. And it works just like that station reader. Now, if you're not as tech savvy and you prefer having the station, or maybe you want both, you know, you're welcome to have both of them. So they work very similar to each other. The cool thing about the app, if I may touch on it, is it has a My Meds button embedded in it, so that you have the option with the app to do a full scan, which is everything on that prescription label, including warnings, doctor's name, all that good stuff. And if you do the full scan, that app is going to recognize that prescription and it's going to put it into a list for you, a My Meds list. So the next time you go to a doctor, or say you're going to a new specialist, or whatever the case may be, and they're asking you, what are you taking right now? And I know, me personally, they want me to pronounce what I'm taking. I can't, you know, and sometimes I'll draw a blank. So with that feature, it's cool. You just push that button on your phone, you hand it over, and they can see everything that you're on. So that's pretty nifty.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah. And then it also has that quick scan feature on the app. So it'll just give you that high level information, the name of the prescription and what you need to take. So, and the device itself, yeah, it's a physical device, but it doesn't cost you anything. Once you are set up with a pharmacy that offers ScripTalk, that pharmacist gives us your basic mailing information, and we ship that unit out to you free of charge. You can keep it as long as you need to. All we ask is, for some reason you're not taking those medications, or you move to a pharmacy that doesn't offer ScripTalk, that you send it back to us so that we can pass it on to the next patient and enable their safety as well. So
another thing that I like is, I've been at the conventions and I've seen it personally. It might be a little larger than a trackpad, or, you know, just 6 inches by 5 or something like that. It doesn't take up too much real estate, and it's as simple as just setting it in there, identifying it, and the security of knowing that it's what you're expecting.
I'd liken it, the device itself, to an old school CD Walkman. It kind of feels and looks like that to me. And it's real simple. There's a little, I call it a spinny wheel on the side of it that you can turn it on with. And then there's those 3 buttons that are towards the front lip of it. You've got your center circular read button and then 2 arrows on each side. So say you just want one piece of information, like your doctor's name or your doctor's phone number, or you want to see how many refills you have left. You can jump through that so you don't have to listen to everything. And you can speed it up. I know some people like to really speed up their audio, and you can speed up the sound as well on it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like to talk real fast sometimes. I hear them all the time. It's really interesting. Well, that's really great. I really like that feature because you don't want to go all the way from point A to point Z and then have to listen to the whole thing again. You can just go get your fancy name of your medication or your doctor's name. That's a nice feature.
And we do have a program for our advocates or folks, thankful, knock on wood, COVID isn't as prevalent as it was in the past. So a lot of organizations are doing health fairs. They're doing, low vision meetings again. Different things are going on in the community. So if maybe one of your audience members would like a demo unit, maybe they aren't personally using it, but they think they have friends or they'd like to show it to others in their community. We do work out a program where we can send out a demo unit or get them set up with the app and give them some samples so that they can share this in their community as well.
It's really interesting because when I was looking at some pills, I went through my cabinet and stuff, and I knew there were some older ones, like with 1 tablet left in it because I got a refill, and I just moved on to the other one. I had to get a viewer, then I had to have someone read it. There's an expiration date on it, or the date you received it, and how many refills. There's so much information that you can obtain from that, and ScripTalk will do it right for you.
Yeah, no, I've been with the company now going on 5 years. And for me, this is a passion for me. I love what we do. I love helping people. I love being of service. And some of the stories I've heard, Jeff, I've heard individuals who have like a workbench drawer set and they're putting different prescriptions in the different drawers and they're trying to memorize what's in which drawer. And it scares me, It's so easy to take something wrong or, take it incorrectly or the wrong dosage, having that right in front of you so that you can confirm it. And even if you feel confident in what you're taking, having it as that backup cannot hurt, in my opinion. And maybe you have, a husband or you're with a sister or whatever who's helping you with your medications. There might be a situation where they're traveling or, God forbid they're in the hospital and you're on your own and you just want that peace of mind to know that you've got a plan in place to manage things. So we're not saying everybody has to use it. What we're saying is that it's available and it's just something there that can help make life a little easier and a little safer.
Yeah, and they can go to envisionamerica.com, find out all the information about it.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. People are so passionate when they get set up with it, and it amazes me. We've been around now for over 25 years. We were founded in the basement of a house up in Normal, Illinois, and we've grown by leaps and bounds over the years. So I think we started with ScripTalk in Veterans Affairs. So if you're a veteran, you can go to your VIS coordinator, you can go to your local Veterans Affairs facility and request it, and they'll get you set up with it too. And then we've slowly branched out. Like Walmart is obviously one of our bigger deals. So every single Walmart in the country will now offer it. Now, that doesn't mean they're currently offering it. It means that if you go in that pharmacy counter and you ask for it, that they will offer it. Now, it is a big corporate entity and there are lots of locations. So that pharmacist or that technician might look at you like, wait, what? But I assure you that they have access to it. And if for some reason they're confused or you're going like CVS has Spoken RX, which is very, very similar to ScripTalk, call us and we'll work behind the scenes to make sure that they know that they can do it and they can get you set up with it.
Well, that's great. I'm glad that you have that phone number. Can you give that once again so people can, some people need a little advocacy sometimes and they don't want to speak up, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, our phone number is 1-800-890-1180. And I know everyone has a different level. Some people are more comfortable being vocal than others. And, we're not looking for you to force this down, with your pharmacist. As I said, we will take the initiative behind the scenes and we'll educate them on it. So we'll do our best to convince them to offer it. Or if the situation is like it's a Walmart and it's a new one that hasn't been set up and they're looking at you like, what in the world? Call us. And we have connections with corporate and we'll make sure that you get taken care of. We're just here to help. We want to do the work for you. We even have a program called Let's Do the Work For You, where if you're an advocate and you have friends that are interested in getting this, send us their basic information and we'll take it from there. We'll talk to your friend or whoever you meet and we'll get them set up because we want to make this the safety initiative as widely available as possible so that we'll work behind the scenes to get it done for you.
Yeah, and if you're also curious and you belong to a chapter of the NFB, ACB, or any other organization, ask around. I'm sure there's other people that are using it that will give you some information, confidence to get started on your way.
Definitely. And we got a lot of information about us on envisionamerica.com. In addition to the talking labels, I think I touched on the translated. The translated can be spoken as well. I should note that the pharmacist, that's like an add-on service. So the pharmacist has to have that enabled in order to offer that. We also do large print. So if a patient or someone in your audience has usable vision and they're not ready for just talking yet, we work with a lot of the mail orders in the pharmacies. It's a large print booklet style label that's securely attached to that prescription bottle. So it's not going anywhere. And it's going to have all of that key information just like that ScripTalk unit would. And it's up to 22-point fonts. We also offer the dual language labels, which are very similar to the large print. In that instance, it's going to have English, so your pharmacist and your doctor can understand it, as well as whatever language the patient is most comfortable in. And then finally, we've got our controlled substance safety labels. And some people are on these a little bit riskier medications, and, it can get a little scary. And making sure that you're safe with those is, again, vital importance to us. So what we've done is we've created all these safety videos. So each of those booklet style labels is going to have a QR code on it, and you scan that. It's the top right hand corner of that label, and it's going to take you to a very audible video that's going to walk you through that medication. Take it in the morning, take it with food. It's going to drive home for you those things that you need to keep in mind.
Yeah, I really like that they can do a search by just putting in their zip code, because a free app downloaded to your phone, you're set up. Boom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, and we do have the searchable function in the app as well. Say you're on the road somewhere or you're traveling and you have to run to hopefully not the emergency room or urgent care, and you need to find a pharmacy near you that offers it. You just open up your app. There's a find a pharmacy feature, and it'll pull them up in your area that you're currently located in. So you can get set up with ScripTalk on the road as well.
Well, that's cool. That's really good. You got it all covered.
I try. I love what I do. As I said, I was a reporter journalist for many years. I try to hit all the high points. And again, if I missed something or something doesn't make sense, anyone is always welcome to call. You can ask for Jenna directly on that 1-800 number. I'm always happy to talk to folks and answer any questions. If I can help, I'm here.
All right. We'll put the links and the phone number in the show notes. And Jenna Reed, Director of Marketing for Envision America, thank you so much for taking the time to come on to Blind Abilities and sharing this great information for people.
Thank you, Jeff. We've got a lot of respect for what you do for the community, and I'm grateful and thankful to be on the show with you.
All right.
When we share
what we see through
each other's eyes, we can then begin to bridge the gap
between the limited
expectations
and the reality
of blind abilities.
And the realities of blind abilities.